Hi, this is Anthony Cumia,
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes,
and together we're Compound Censored.
and we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining.
We got a little more Rosie O'Donnell. We love Rosie, don't we? She fled to Ireland to escape the horrors of the United States. Not the, unbelievable murder, rapes, and robberies in inner cities. Donald Trump and his horrible, legal deportation of people that aren't supposed to be here. Lower energy prices that we're seeing and better economy. Just closing a deal out on the tariffs with China. The stock market boomed today. All this stuff. Is that it? Oh, right. No, she's in Ireland on the state of this country. Why'd you leave that? Enjoy Ireland. Is Ireland so good? Go to Dublin. Do you speak Swahili? Do you speak? Have you memorized the Quran so they don't beat you when you're walking down the street? You fat. Yeah, enjoy Ireland and what that's become. Instead of going to Ireland and then about America and Trump the whole time you're there. Fatso. Here's Rosie. Let's listen in.
Things are getting crazy over there in the US of A. I mean, they've been crazy for months now, right? At least 100 days. If he admits one more time that the election was rigged, I mean, why is he allowed to admit this over and over again and no one does anything about it?
Pause right
it's very
there because look at her dumb face. So I thought when I first heard this that she was talking about why is he still talking about the stolen election? And I assumed she meant the 2020 election that Biden and company stole. Where in the middle of the night, a bunch of ballots came in and they gave Biden the election by an incredible margin, an impossible margin of votes. And I thought she was talking about that. But she seems to think this is what this psychopath hears. She probably also thinks the radio talks to her and the TV and maybe a cricket chirping outside is giving her instructions. She thinks Donald Trump has been admitting constantly that he stole the 2024 election. And she's wondering why he can admit this with impunity, that no one's arresting him or doing anything. When the f*** did Donald Trump admit that the election was rigged? The 2020 election was rigged. I firmly believe that. I know Trump firmly believes that. But the 2024 election wasn't rigged because Trump won and the votes made sense. The votes, how many votes Kamala Harris got, how many Trump got, they weren't so out of kilter as to make anyone go, huh? At 3 a.m., they didn't say that a pipe burst at a counting facility and then we see a spike that takes over the lead just from those ballots. That's what a fake election looks like. What is this kook talking about? Another thing is this perma-frown she's gotten. Her mouth goes down like this now. It just, she never smiles. There's nothing fun. It reminds me of a Twilight Zone episode, The Masks. It was at Mardi Gras, and this old guy's dying, and he invites his family over because they want part of his will when he dies, and he's going to die at any moment. But he says, you got to wear these masks on Mardi Gras until midnight, and then he could take the masks off, and, you could have my fortune. And they put the masks on, and they're all kind of indicative of what their inner personalities were. They're miserable and cruel and evil and vain. And at midnight, they take the masks off and their faces took on the look of the mask itself. So the ugly woman, what had an ugly personality was ugly. The vain daughter who was pretty, all of a sudden she looked like the inner person she was. Rosie's undergone that without even having to put the mask on. Her mask has just been her unbelievable anger, bitterness, and being a miserable about Trump and I guess her life. I guess she's just miserable. And it's just taken a form that makes it look like she's miserable and she's frowning constantly. Let's listen to a little more frowny face.
Obvious that it was. And he keeps saying it because he has like some form of dementia or something that he can't help but tell on himself for what he's done, as he has always, or he puts it on someone else, exactly what he has done. But
it's what they did.
It's very, very overwhelming. And I can't even begin to talk about the ICE raids and who the hell are these ICE people, and their names are going to come out.
ICE people.
Boy, if they could see themselves the way the rest of Americans see them.
We do. That's why we voted for
That would be a
Trump.
wake-up call, don't you think? For sure.
She honestly believes this. That the ICE agents, if they could see themselves like other people see them. She's trying to make that similarity between like Nazi officers back in World War II. And, they performed these atrocities against people, and then they would go home and have time with their families and, bounce the kid on their knee and go out to dinner with their wives. And like, it's like, you can't see you're a monster. Like, that's what she's trying to equate ICE agents and Border Patrol agents with. Oh, they think they're just doing their job. Well, they are doing their job. The American people voted for exactly what they're doing. We want the Border Patrol and ICE agents to do exactly what they're supposed to do. Prevent illegals from coming into this country and get rid of the ones that are already here. So what is this idiot Rosie even talking about as far as they're concerned? Yeah. The ICE people, these ICE people, the ICE people. Winter's coming, people, the ICE people. And she just, I can't imagine the poor kids that she's adopted. The one daughter already in prison, drugged out to the umpteenth level, on the streets until they arrested her. And Rosie just, oopsie, I didn't do well with that one. Hasn't done anything to try to help that girl. You adopted her. You obviously fucked her up. You and your lifestyle fucked that kid up. And then she just disavows her. Oh, well, my daughter. I have another one. I have another daughter that I brought to Ireland with me. And, God help that one. Imagine being around that miserable 24 hours a day with that face, and she's just all depressed all the time. I don't know what's going on in America. Where's my daughter? Oh, she's left me a note. Mom, went out to buy razor blades and a noose. Be back later. She's so sweet. Ugh. Rosie O'Donnell. Trump is, again, just his comedic prowess. When he gives a speech, he puts funny shit in. Now, Donald announced yesterday that he was going to sign an executive order today about prescription drugs. And this seems like a very good thing. You know damn well the United States of America pays unbelievable prices for prescription drugs in this country. The rest of the world, you know, you go online, you could buy drugs from Bolivia, and they're dirt cheap. Well, why? How come they get drugs a lot cheaper than we do? Well, we've been the suckers and saps. We have insurance companies. So we pay insurance premiums through the nose, these unbelievable insurance premiums and deductibles. And then the drug companies know that they could sell these drugs at an insane price because the insurance companies are paying. And you have to pay the insurance companies with your premiums. So honestly, we know who's paying in the end. It's the American people. And the poor mothers without insurance have to pay. You know, you have some disease that you need medication for or you die. They got to figure out a way to scrape up sometimes thousands of dollars for these prescriptions every month. And why? Again, why? You go south of the border. When people go to Tijuana, you know, they'll go from Southern California, San Diego, they go to TJ, and they go to a drugstore and just pick up what they might need. Penicillin, you know, Valtrex, you herpes-riddled Rosie O'Donnell. And why is that? And Donald Trump says, why is that? And everyone else, every other politician goes, well, we get a lot of money from the pharmaceutical industry. We can't say anything. We certainly don't want them to lose money by having to pay, having us pay lower prices. So again, the politicians are in bed with the people that are the American people up the, like the pharmaceutical industry. So Trump, not being beholden to these motherfuckers, says, yeah, f that. We want to pay what the country that pays the lowest amount for prescription drugs pays. That's what Americans want to pay now. And he signed an EO that's how it's got to be. And he said, you know, some of these countries that pay dirt cheap prices, they might have to pay more. The price might go up for them because it's got to go down for us. So it might even out somewhere along the line, but he's talking, you know, 30 to 80% discount from what we're paying now for prescription medications. That's unheard of. And, you know, this should maybe shut up some of these old biddies, these boomer old biddies that are buying into the mainstream media saying, they're taking away our Medicare, our Medicaid, and our Social Security. Why is Trump well, he's not. And look, he's giving you a break on the drugs that you shovel into your mouth on a daily. When you go to the pharmacy now to chit-chat with the pharmacist behind the counter while everyone behind you is screaming, because this is your only way to get out and talk to anybody. My children, they don't come to see me. What's your name? You're very pretty. Will that be all, miss? Oh, my foot hurts more than before the Medicare. Can I speak to the... see? Those drugs will be cheaper for you. So, you know, Trump is talking about that and signing that order, which is great. And then he sums up the cost of drugs and the cheaper prices in other countries by telling us a humorous anecdote about a fat friend that he has that was talking about Ozempic. Listen to Trump here. This is classic funny Trump. You got to love him. Enjoy this guy. He won't be there forever.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drug. And he called me up, and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy, very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. He said, I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on?
Yeah. It's fat drug. It's not working. Just the dry, it's not working. A great fat joke. Like that would have been, Voss would have blurted that out to Bob Kelly a few years ago. It's brilliant. Donald Trump. He won't be here forever, people. You're going to miss him. You're going to miss him when he's gone. That's the truth. He's got, the rest of his term left. Three and a half years, about a little more than that. And and then he's just going to be gone. They'll occasionally interview him, maybe. But that'll pretty much be that. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. The world isn't burning down. Well, the world is, but our country isn't burning down with the things that he can fix. It's burning down because people think that they're being persecuted and oppressed. But Donald Trump, he's having some fun. He's saving us a few bucks. He's showing the rest of the world that America isn't going to be a mess anymore. Enjoy it. You got to be so upset. My goodness.
So if you enjoyed that clip,
Then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.